In January of 2014, Kawameeh Middle School's 8th grade honors English group combined together to not only change the lives of other people, but open our eyes to the reality of a problem that occurs worldwide. This is a story of how we, as a group of students, raise Love146 wasn't our first choice. We had to go through a list of charities we've done research upon, and we would have to choose the right one based off the profits they've made, what they're fundraising for, how much they've made so far, and if they're a reputable organization, we would choose them. In order to select the charity that we would eventually support for the 8th grade honors English group, we had to create a PowerPoint presentation displaying why we should support this charity, give some background information, events that they've done in the past, and ultimately give a positive outlook for this organization. There were 4 of us in each group, and we conducted research on any charity we desired using the Charity Navigator website. Some charities range from helping those poor in Africa, educating underprivileged children in America, donating to those in third world countries, or anything that would contribute to our modern day society. After we finished our research, we dedicated an entire class to presenting our PowerPoint presentations to our respective blocks, 3A and 5A. To determine the victor of this competition, each of our classes voted for the best organization in their period, and the top voted charity in 3A would face off against the winner in the 5A block.
Over 2 million girls are diseases, child labor, and an unstable government, which makes...
In the end, the 2 teams that went to the finals were Heifer and Love146. Heifer, led by their leader Annie Langan, is an organization where they take in animals such as a camel, llama, sheep, pig, or whatever. They take it over to a country where a family is in need of it. And what they do with the animal is get food from it and profit off it, and eventually it will spring into a sum of money that they can eventually support themselves with.
It starts with what do you see here?
Yay.
A goat. But what can that goat do? Do you know the potential this little goat has? Take it from our heroin habits, from the Hunger Games. Owning an any goat can change your life in this due. The animals live off almost anything. The meadows are perfect eating place, and they can give up to 4 quarts of milk a day to drink, to make into cheese, to sell. It's nothing against the law. That goat would be a little gold mine. But how does a goat turn into a gold mine?
Say you live in the mountains and Heifer gives you a goat. You would use that goat to get milk, and you would use that milk to sell it at the market. Eventually, that money accumulates, and you and your family can eventually support themselves by just using that one goat. Soon it will have offspring, and you'll be able to rake in more income from the product that your animal provides you with. And it's all thanks to Heifer by giving you that goat, that cow, that sheep, that pig, that llama, that whatever. On the flip side, we have Love146, which is dedicated to stopping the problem known as human trafficking. It's a really taboo topic to talk about, but it should be, at the very least, be acknowledged. It shouldn't just be ignored, because people often overlook this as a real problem, and they should really open their eyes that this is a real problem, and we should do our best to try and stop it. Love146 establishes roundhouses, which are stationed in the Philippines and the United States, where they find these little boys and girls who have been sold into this child slavery and rescue them to give them the life that they once thought was unattainable. These kids can be young as 7 years old, and they can be sold for high amounts of money. And if they don't do what their owner tells them to do, they'll be punished severely, such as being left to starve. It's a really disturbing fact to hear, and it's really sad to realize that there's no hope in these children's lives. So the basic premise of Love146 is to restore the balance in these children's lives, which at one point was shaken. Imagine that, you being as young as 8 years old, being sold in a third world country to someone you don't even know, and you're supposed to be doing their bidding? Is that scary or what?
The girls and boys, most of the time they're not accepted back into their family. They're kind of like, they're put down because they can't believe this. Like, these children were part of this disgusting thing, but it's really not their fault. And that's what they're teaching them, that every little person deserves to be loved, and in a right way, not in what they're being forced into do.
Both of these groups did their best trying to convince both classes which charity we should support, but in the end, there could only be one winner. The winner was Love146. Now that we've determined our charity, we interviewed a couple of our fellow students to see their thoughts on Love146, if we chose the right charity, and described Love146's basic mission.
Well, first I was skeptical, but when I actually got to learn about the charity, it kind of showed me how important it really is. And the most part that kind of feared me the most before picking the charity was that 22 million people are enslaved right now, and that's nearly 7% of the American citizens. So I actually feel more comfortable with it at my age, so yeah, I think we kind of did.
So the mission of Love146 is essentially to restore and abolish. They want to restore the happiness lost by educating the young victims, and they want to abolish modern-day slavery through these pacifistic means.
I feel like this charity can help a lot of people, especially children, not only girls but boys, to improve their life and get out of children trafficking.
We also interviewed Miss Blanchet, who is our 8th grade honors English teacher. She's coordinated everything, she led everything, she organized this whole charity project endeavor, and we'd like to thank her for doing all this and all she's done for us.
Hi, I'm Miss Blanchet and I teach English at Kawameeh Middle School. This year I envisioned a multicultural project that is a little different from what I've done in the past. I wanted my students not only to learn about different cultures, and perhaps the problems that these cultures may face, but also to help these people and to learn about being a global community. This project has been empowering, I believe, for my students. I wanted them to learn that they can use their individual strengths and talents and creativity. This project has taught my students that they are truly a global community and that they can use their strengths, their individuality, and come together as a group to affect change in this world. I'm so proud of them and how they've really come together. And you know, I have great writers. I have people who are wonderful with technology. I have artists. I have people who have made bracelets to sell and have been very active in the fundraising. And all of us together have come together to raise money and raise awareness of this problem. Finally, I hope that they will learn that they can affect change in this world. That through their gifts, their personal gifts, they can make this world a better place.
2 weeks later, we came together as 2 separate classes determining what means of fundraising we could actually use in order to raise money for Love146. We actually contemplated crowdfunding with the 2 famous sites known as Indiegogo and Kickstarter campaigns. Unfortunately, there were too many holes in that ship that it eventually sank, and we just trashed the idea altogether. The idea behind Indiegogo is that we would actually set up an Indiegogo page, put up a trailer asking for X amount of dollars for this campaign, and would eventually give our donors perks that would eventually go to them once the campaign is ended. Now don't get me wrong, the people on Indiegogo and Kickstarter are really generous when it comes to donations to a worthy cause or project. But since we didn't have that many perks or an abundance of them, we couldn't exactly kickstart our campaign. Then one of our peers, Jeric Brual, came up with the idea of selling these bracelets, which were handmade between $3 to $5. And they were extremely difficult to make, let me tell you. We would spend our Tuesday afternoons making these bracelets from 30 minutes to an hour, and we would sell them during lunch. If I recall, we made about $200 in bracelet revenue, and we'd just like to thank all those people who bought a bracelet or two when we sold them. Also, there were snacks, so we came for that too.
Ms. Walsh, is that your food cabinet?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, really? Oh, sweet food!
Well, that's usually for my AAP stuff.
Does it say mint pretzels or?
Mint?
Wait, it says mint? Oh, mini! Oh! I thought it said mint. I was about to say.
By selling the bracelets, we managed to spread the word all over the school to raise awareness about child slavery, and we also put posters up on walls. We put all kinds of stuff around the school to raise awareness and show people that we're selling these bracelets and that we're doing this project and we're really passionate about it. The main idea behind this charity project is that we didn't just choose a charity out of nowhere, out of the blue, or out of randomness. We had to choose a charity that was fixated upon a country or a set of countries in anticipation of the multicultural festival at Kawameeh every year. The 4 main countries Love146 focuses upon are Cambodia, Sri Lanka, the Philippines, and Thailand. Those 4 countries have the most child slavery within them, and we're trying to abolish it. YouTube sensation and beauty guru Michelle Phan also promoted and launched her campaign video for Love146 about a month ago on her channel. With almost a total of 100 billion video views, she managed to reach out to her 6 million subscribers, asking for their support in the efforts to raise awareness about child slavery, aka human trafficking. Now, we may not be as big as Michelle Phan, but we can also make our own impact on Love146 and the children that are affected by child slavery and their families, as a matter of fact. We're like a small pebble that makes several ripples in a small pond, yet Michelle Phan is like a big rock that makes a gigantic splash in a big lake. You can check out all the links to Love146's website and anything that has to do with child slavery / human trafficking in the description down below. I highly recommend you click one of them. Also, go to their page and donate if you'd like. That would really help a lot in the effort to stop this ongoing problem. Also, on your way back up from the description or clicking away from the tab you just opened, you don't mind hitting that big red button right there next to my picture, don't you? Thank you to everyone who has watched this mini documentary. I'd like to thank you for watching the entire thing, sticking around till the end, and I hope that I, along with everyone who is a part of this documentary, that we have opened your eyes to the reality of child slavery, better known as human trafficking. Hope you donate to Love146 today and go to their websites. Also, by clicking that like button down there, you show support for us at Kawameeh and for those at Love146. For all those involved with the charity project, teachers, staff, and students, this has been an exhausting and hard-working 4 months, and it has truly been an interesting path to where we are today. We're really hoping that we made the slightest impact on Love146 and the lives of several children in Southeast Asia. As for the future, who knows what will happen?